up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka Trigger Ranking. Um, shit. I ain't even gonna say hell lot to you, man. I don't know what my phone is, like, to do my reactions, but I'm gonna try to see if I can do this other phone right here. And we'll go from there, dog. Big dog. How y'all doing, man? What's up? What's up? What's up, bro? Y'all like the beat? You like the beat? Some new shit. It really old shit, but it's really new shit. I just started playing on my live. How y'all doing, man? What's up? What's up? Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Where you tapping in from, man? Hey, Jesus love you too, bro. Hey, where y'all tapping in from, though? Hey, what up? What up? What up? How you doing? Hey, y'all hit the like button for me, man. If y'all really mess with me, hit the like button. Well, tonight I might have to go. Tonight, damn, I don't even got the. We probably gonna have to go what's on my computer, bro. Hold on. I gotta see what I got on the drops. Let me see. I got some stuff on it. You from LA? Hey, we rocking and we rocking and we rocking. You know what I'm saying? Buddy say you from LA. What's up? Shout out to LA in here. I done been to LA before, man. And I love LA. Okay, hold on, y'all. I gotta see what we got going on. I had to stop my track. Give me a second, y'all. Hey, thank you, thank you. I got a lot of beats, bro. I'm gonna let y'all hear something else. I'll let y'all hear something else. Hold on. Hold on, let me cut the fan off right quick. Because I had to get the my joint right. Hey, I'm about to slide another beat on y'all, man. I got beats that I made on live, so that's one of the joints I made on live. Let me see one of the good ones I made on live. Let me see. I might hit y'all. This is what I'm gonna hit y'all with. I'm gonna hit y'all with. I'm gonna hit y'all with. I had made a Christmas beat. I wanted it to be like spooky though, like what's the dude that made the something after Halloween or something after Christmas, the Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, this is one of the joints I made. I'm gonna throw a laugh in there. Hold on. I fucked it up. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go. Let me go back right quick. I'm gonna go back to the beat. Give me a second. Christmas beat, scary, spooky. Alright, I'm gonna throw the laugh in there. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to figure out how the hell I'm finna get my speaker to work because I lost my other phone. I don't know what my other phone is. But anyway, I probably just gonna go do this shit offline. I mean offline. Let me see. Cause they ain't did nothing with baby them. Let me see. Might just go be you. We might go beat you tonight. Y'all wanna go beat you? Y'all get in the comment section, man. You wanna go big you? You wanna go big you? Let's see what they talking about. Y'all wanna go big you? Say yes or no. Let me know. We gonna go young scooter autopsy exposed. Let's see what happens. Hold on, y'all. I gotta close the window. Give me one sec. Let's go. Okay, let's go.
Young Scooter's autopsy exposed that he was allegedly shot on his 39th birthday. Oh, but it gets worse because the girl who called 911 and lied on Young Scooter and sent the cops to his house just got arrested. And y'all know when everything first started, police said one thing, the street said another thing. But on this video, we're gonna get down to the bottom of what really happened. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's your boy Caliber. Let's get
My bad, y'all. I had a little loud on there.
Police say that he died after severely hurting himself while running away from officers on Friday.
So we talking about young scooter in Atlanta. They say young scooter had ran from the police and apparently jumped across a gate or something like that. and they say that it was detrimental to him when he jumped over the gate because it basically, I guess, cut one of his main arteries. I don't know how true this is because there's people that's refuting what actually happened on this. So, hey, we don't know right now, but hey, at the end of the day, let's listen to the story.
Woman who called 911.
This is actually the Caliber show. So, y'all check out Caliber, Kalibur. Check him out. He got some tough stuff going on.
911 told operators there was something seriously wrong at the home on William Nye Drive. When officers got to the home, they say two men ran out the back door. One of those men has been identified as rapper Young Scooter. Police on scene said he sliced his leg trying to hop a fence. Medics took him to Grady, where he died.
One can bleed out in seconds from a lack.
We'll listen what the doctors say. Check what the doctor just said now.
Laceration to a femoral artery.
And when schools,
Our femoral artery, and that's what he actually cut when he jumped across the fence. Definitely, I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to run across from the police. I done jumped over gates, and I done got cut up myself running from the police. Just honestly.
first died, the police originally said that he actually cut his leg and they said he bled out. But nobody was believing that story.
Once officers arrived, they knocked on the door, and Mel opened the door and immediately shut the door on the officers. The officers then established a perimeter. During the process of establishing the perimeter, two males fled out of the rear of the house. One male returned back into the house. The other male jumped two fences as he was fleeing.
And what's crazy is this would have never even had to happen. This happened on the young man's birthday. The day, I guess it was the day before his birthday or his birthday. But just to let y'all know what happened in this circumstances. It was a female that young Scooter homeboy was dealing with. So basically, I think the homeboy of young Scooter didn't want to deal with this female anymore. I guess he cut her off. And instead of her just go on about her business, move on and find someone else, this woman, she basically called the police and made a false report on them. She was in DeKalb County and she called the police in Atlanta.
When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Officers rendered aid and he was transported to Grady Hospital where he was pronounced deceased. That male is going to be a 39-year-old male out of Atlanta. Just to be very clear, the injury that was sustained was not via the officers on scene. It was when the male was fleeing.
It came out this week that Scooter was actually lied on and set up by his neighbor who called 911.
It wasn't even his neighbor. I'm gonna tell y'all, Caliber, he has a great channel, but I had to put it on his channel, and he actually, if y'all look at the video about young Scooter and Caliber, that Caliber put out about young Scooter and his death, basically, he shot me out because I'm in Atlanta and I know what's going on. Basically, they're basically saying, like, you know, this woman was in DeKalb County. That's what I told him. She's in DeKalb. If you listen to the phone call that she's talking to the 9/11 people, she's saying she's looking out the window and looking at what's happening. You're in DeKalb, but these people are in Atlanta. So basically, you just made a false report
To get his house ready.
That's all that
There
is.
was literally a shooting The house, literally the neighbors next door, the house of the address that I just gave you, the 273, there is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. There's like 7 guys that live in this house. And then, I'm sorry, what is my name?
Okay. Okay. Tell me.
She lying though. She's lying. They shouldn't even have cut her name out this video. Like, I know, we gotta do that for YouTube, but they should have let everybody just roast her. You made a false report and a man ends up dying. Like, his life is gone. What's it? Hey, what's up? What's up? Say they just rolled up. What's up, TC? What's happening, fam? What's happening? They rolled up. We in here talking about a mad black woman that called the police on Scooter. Or Scooter homeboy, not Scooter. She called the police on homeboy Scooter in Atlanta. And she basically lied on the 911 call. She was in DeKalb County. The house that was basically hit by the police was in Atlanta. So you could hear her on the call basically saying, I'm looking at the girl getting dragged in the house. You're a liar. You're a liar and the truth ain't in you, my nigga.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm a neighborhood watch, and basically like I said,
she neighborhood watch. You a goddamn lie, bitch.
They're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They hold the guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation.
They holding guns in the air and they pimping. They in and out the house with guns. They pointing guns in the air, and I'm not sure if they pimping. Come on, bro. Like, bro, you gotta hear what this
What's going on right now? This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl.
So the girl ain't got no clothes on. They threw the girl back in the house. Bro, don't you think the people in the neighborhood would have been called the police on this
shit? They fought the girl. I'm not sure what they were fighting over. If they were fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting it.
So they I don't know if this is over drugs or if I don't know if this is because they are pow-powing. Like, what?
Had someone come over there and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
So they definitely doing illegal stuff over there. Come on, bro. Like, this lady called 911 and lied, and this man is actually dead right now, dog.
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
The girl who called 911 and set up Scooter was a baddies reality TV show contestant.
So basically, she one of these chicks that basically trying to get clout. She was on the baddies, the little baddies show. Y'all know what I'm talking about. All the female, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. She was on baddies trying to get clout. Shit like that,
That's it. And she just got caught admitting that she was the one who made the 911 call that got Scooter killed.
There's a reaction for every action.
So she's saying there's an action for every reaction. Yes, it is. The reaction is you call 911 and this man ran from the police and lost his life. And the police didn't even do anything to him. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, because I don't know what happened, but they say that he jumped across the fence and cut his leg.
This is part A. You guys
cut his femoral artery.
Didn't have part A.
In his thigh.
You guys only had part B. And the narrative, it looks like I was trying to set this man up because you guys don't have part B.
You were trying to set this man up. Fuck you talking about?
I'm giving you part B. I'm giving you what led up to the call. I was physically abused, so I called to protect myself. That's the issue. That's part A. I never had any intentions to get anybody hurt.
You never had any intentions, but a man actually lost his life because you made a false call to the police. Come on, bro. You can't do shit like that, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't give a fuck who it is. Man, woman, child, bird, cat, dog. You can't call the police and make a fake, basically, account on somebody that the shit ain't never happened.
And I came here to save my
This
children.
man, bro, this man dead right now, Shawty. This man dead, Shawty. This man is not living right now because you picked the phone up with some bullshit. Come on now.
Went on the internet, ran her mouth, chasing clout. It came to find out that she was actually allegedly dating one of Scooter's friends and was jealous that they was over there having fun without her. Well, since Shorty wanted to tell her story, the cops said, come here. And the cops just arrested that girl. On April 1st, 2025, 31-year-old Demetrius Spence was taken into custody by the Atlanta Police Department and charged with transmitting a false public alarm.
Well, police say.
So if she called from Decatur, so this tells you I know what the fuck I'm talking about. If she called from Decatur, they had to transfer the call to Atlanta, my nigga. So you already know, how are you looking out your window and you're in a whole nother county? You supposedly had called the police. And when you called the police, you said, oh, hey, I'm looking out the window. They're doing this. They got guns in the air. They got a naked woman. It's a baby. You lied. You're a liar. You're a fucking liar.
The woman who made the 911 call that ultimately led to the death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter was not telling the truth. We first let you hear that call yesterday at noon, and that caller has since been arrested. Atlanta News 1st Sarah Hammond is live at the Fulton County Jail with what we know about this. Sarah, fill us in here.
Well, 31-year-old Demetria Spence waived her first appearance here at the Fulton County Jail just a little while ago. Now, again, she's accused of making a false 911 call.
Rapper Young Thug, who was a good friend of Young Scooter, just exposed that the autopsy report came back. And guess what the autopsy report said? Young Thug said the autopsy report came back. Bro got shot. But ever since Young Thug tweeted that, the Atlanta Fulton County medical examiner came out and said this. Update on Young Scooter. Fulton County medical examiners.
But this what I wonder, though. This what I really wonder. I wonder, like, did they actually shoot him? Like, that's what I wonder. Like, how do we know? But
says no gunshot wound was found on the body of Kenneth Bailey, better known as Atlanta rapper Young Scooter. His injury was described as a penetrating wound to his right thigh that created blood loss. His manner of death is listed as an accident. You just never know, ladies and gentlemen. When people try and set you up, the whole thing just feel like a setup. Now, I can't say that the police set him up. I'm not alleging that. But that phone call with that 911, the little baddies contestant, that girl, the neighbor, that situation was fishy, man. The fact that that neighbor, Demetrius Spence, allegedly made a fake and evil 911 call to get that boy killed on his 39th birthday is absolutely disgusting. And I'm very glad that they just locked that girl up, because people gotta know that you cannot make false phone calls, swat in people's house, and don't think something gonna happen to you. You know, if a person calls 911 and starts saying all types of wild, crazy stuff, start alleging that people are selling drugs, all types of crazy stuff, you know the cops is gonna come over there charged up. And unfortunately, when people are celebrities, when they got money, when they're successful, a lot of influencers, rappers, and famous people get swatted, which led to his tragic demise. It's just a lot of questions. A lot of people are talking about how Scooter got scared and he ran. But listen, man, this is a young man who's from the streets, who became a famous rapper. And you don't know what type of trauma people go through. Let's not act like our culture has the best relationship with law enforcement.
He telling the truth, bro. Like our best with law enforcement, we know a lot about law enforcement and black people. We'll just say that. I mean, it has happened with other races, but for the most part, that part, it's been black folks, bro.
Sometimes if you grew up in the hood, sometimes when you see cops, you just run. You can be innocent and you run. How many of us is driving our car and you see police lights behind you and you get nervous and you ain't even do nothing wrong? So sometimes it's a natural response to our people when we see law enforcement to not want to have no dealings with them, because oftentimes interactions don't end in a positive way. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Scooter was doing something wrong because he ran, because most of y'all get nervous when the cops pull you over in traffic, because you know it could go wrong, it could go left. Now, famous Atlanta rapper Young Thug and also Scooter's family, including his son, say that they believe something fishy going on. And it's really hard to tell because the police are saying one thing, the friends and family are saying another thing, and at the end of the day, none of us know. But what we do know is that young Scooter died under very mysterious and diabolical circumstances, especially seeing that 911 call from a neighbor that lied on him. You can only go with what's out there, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of theories, a lot of rumors, a lot of people on the streets of Atlanta saying a lot of things that's not adding up, man. But I do want to say R.I.P. to young Scooter. My
R.I.P. Scooter. R.I.P. Scooter, everybody. Yeah, y'all put R.I.P.
Y'all stay tuned. We're going to be back with more, man. Tell me what you think.
In the comment. Yeah, we freestyling tonight. I'm just gonna let me see. I gotta find the next segment, y'all. Give me 1 second. Gotta find the next segment.
Snoop and other people been having people trying to bail the guy out,
Okay, so we got Snoop talking about the tie to Tupac.
talking too much. Raising them trying to do stuff for puppy because they say he talking too much.
So we feeling like it's gonna be alright until we go to the hospital and see that it ain't alright. He got tubes in him, and it's like when I walk in, I could just feel like he wasn't even there. And I fainted.
Only way you were already, if you was at the fight we was together. Two, we always go to the fight together, and we always go to the club together.
Snoop Dogg's name just got dragged into the Tupac case, and this time it's coming straight from the feds. New evidence has surfaced, and Suge Knight just dropped bombshell receipts that could change everything we thought we knew. For years, the whispers have been there, but now the dots are finally connecting. Could one of hip-hop's biggest icons be more involved than we ever imagined? Snoop Dogg and Suge Knight's story is one of the wildest in hip-hop history. But to really understand how these two went from being ride or dies to bitter enemies,
Suge Knight. Yeah, that's AI. That's how you can tell it's AI.
Gotta go back to the early 90s when Death Row Records was running the rap game. Back then, Death Row wasn't just a label, it was a whole empire. Suge Knight was the king. Dr. Dre was the genius producer, and Snoop was the golden boy. A young, lanky crip from Long Beach with a smooth flow and a whole lot of street cred. His debut, Doggy Style, dropped in '93 and immediately shook the industry. And behind all the success was Suga, larger than life. Always in a suit, always puffing on a cigar, looking like a villain straight out mob movie. He wasn't just feared, he was respected. If you were rolling with Suge, you were untouchable. But the problem with power, it makes people greedy. At first, Snoop didn't mind. He was getting rich, the music was fire, and Death Row was at the top of the world. But then came the case, and Snoop got arrested for his alleged role in a gang-related case. The trial dragged on, and his career was basically in limbo. But the moment he got acquitted in '96, everything started changing. The Death Row Snoop had signed up for wasn't the same. Dre was already out, tired of Suga's heavy-handed ways. Tupac was gone. And Snoop? He wasn't trying to be the last one standing in a crumbling empire. Death Row wasn't just a record label. It was a full-blown street operation. If you were in, you were in. But if you weren't, let's just say, it could get real dangerous, real fast.
Tupac took it as if I wasn't down with him no more, as if I was side busted, as if I was scared. Death Row looked at me as like a traitor.
It's crazy, dog. This is crazy because this is like the prelude to what should just popped out last week.
Today, actually, I had to fly back home from New York. And normally on a private plane, it being Pac, his security, me, my security, Suge, and a couple of his homies. This time I go to the airport, my security walking with me. Suge like, hold up, they can't walk. They gotta catch a regular flight. So now I'm like, that's not a good sign. Okay. First of all, Pac ain't said to me from that moment on.
They got, I don't know if they got bots in here.
By 97, Snoop had dropped Thaw Dog Father, but there was one major difference. Dre didn't produce a single track on it, and if you listen closely, you can hear the shift. The whole album felt like a goodbye letter to the gangsta lifestyle Death Row thrived on, and that's exactly what it. Snoop wanted out, but leaving Suge Knight wasn't like quitting a regular job. This wasn't just a contract. It was a life or death. Snoop had to make a move and fast. Enter Master P, the New Orleans mogul behind No Limit Records.
Hey, so
he had the money, the power, and most importantly, a different
the dude
approach.
that's
Unlike
in here
Suge,
saying
who ran
free
Death Row
Diddy,
like a dictatorship,
like,
Master P actually taught his artists about business. Snoop saw the contrast and took the leap. He
Diddy
signed with
might
No
be
Limit in
free,
98,
though.
but not before throwing a few parting shots.
Hold
Years
on.
later, he straight up called Suga the devil and credited Master P with saving his life.
Hold
And
on.
Suga.
We got a lot of AI going on to keep all of this Suga. It's Suge Knight. It's Suge. But did it might get off? I'm just saying it's a chance. He has a chance. Like it's almost a lottery chance. But he definitely has a chance of where if the fuck where he get off, we gonna be in here like, what the fuck just happened?
He wasn't happy. He felt like he made Snoop who he was, and the fact that Snoop was now thriving without him, that stung. For the next few years, Suge was still trying to flex from behind bars, but Snoop wasn't scared anymore. By the early 2000s, Snoop was in full control of his career, and he let it be known that he wasn't ducking any smoke. That's when he dropped Pimp Slapped, one of the most savage diss tracks ever. Just straight up disrespect.
Yeah, we're gonna have to listen to that Pimp Slap.
He even clowned Suge's prison status, calling him out for not being locked up in the roughest part of the system. At this point, Suge was heaped savage diss tracks ever. Just straight up disrespect. He even clowned Suge's prison status, calling him out for not being locked up in the roughest part of the system. At this point, Suge was heated. The death row.
You said, would I free Diddy? To be honest with you, I'm gonna be honest with you, like 100% honest. We always heard a lot of stuff about Diddy. Like we had no evidence. But when I say him beat Cassie, I don't care if Cassie was paying these people to do whatever, this and that. When he did that, when he beat on Cassie, I feel like he should go to jail for that. Like maybe not forever, but as far as beating on a woman, yeah, you should definitely go to jail for that. 100%. 100%. But all this other stuff they saying he did, like, I don't see where the RICO come in at. Like, the RICO should come in where it's somebody else that's turning on him, and they should be able to show their face. Let me see your face. Let me see who did exactly, what they wanted to do to me as far as like making things not as good for me. So, yeah.
empire he built was falling apart, and now Snoop was out here treating him like an afterthought. In 2002, things nearly came to blows at the Vibe Awards, but Steve Harvey, yes, that Steve Harvey, had to step in and play peacekeeper. It didn't help that 2 years later, Dre got sucker punched at the same awards show in what many believed was a setup by Suge.
They say Dre got sucker punched. I think this was, I don't know what award this was, but he got sucker punched at some type of award show.
Things were messy, and it was clear the beef wasn't dying anytime soon. But life has a way of humbling even the toughest dudes. By 2013, something had shifted. Snoop, now older, wiser, and deep into his weed and funky music era, started reflecting on his past. And surprisingly, he didn't hate Suge anymore. In an interview with Vlad TV, he even complimented Suge. He put the whole beef behind him. Fast forward to 2018. Snoop and Suge randomly ran into each other in Vegas.
When we wasn't cool. Right. I seen him in Vegas.
And it's crazy because right now, like as of what, week before last, and this is an old video right here. I don't know when I put this. I don't know when I downloaded this video, but at the end of the day, Suge Knight just came out and spoke a lot of truth on the night that Pac got unalived.
I was, moving around doing my thing, and while I was getting the hotel room, she said, "Hi, Suge." I'm like, ugh. Turn around.
And they actually talked. Snoop actually forgave him. Just like that, the war was over.
And the whole conversation is, I loved you. I could have saved you. I had nothing but love for you. And his conversation was, I love you. I ain't got nothing but love for you. Why did you try to get me pop when you love me? You know what? I forgive you. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. It's a side that wants your head right now. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. You can go and walk up out here and we're gonna be cool from this day forward. And we've been straight.
By the time Suge went down for good in 2018, sentenced to 28 years for a fatal hit and run, Snoop had already made peace with the past. And in true full circle fashion, when Snoop finally got the rights to Death Row Records in 2022, the first thing he did was dedicate a song to Suge called Bygones Be Bygones. Snoop even spilled all the tea during a Breakfast Club interview. According to him, it was never really about hatred, it was about control. Suge wanted to mold him into something specific, but Snoop was never the type to let someone put a leash on him.
You got a record label, you got all
crazy shit.
And I've done this before. You really want control of that artist, but some artists deserve their own control on lane, and you got to give it to them. Hey man, I'm from the West Coast. It comes to rules and regulations of the game. I knew the job was dangerous when I took it. No, it was serious.
Imagine someone putting a price on your head, making sure you knew they wanted you gone. And years later, you're just chopping it up like it never happened. Well, that was until Suge Knight was back at it again, throwing some wild accusations at Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, and Diddy, claiming they're all part of some secret society. Which now that we know everything about Diddy, it doesn't really seem that wild.
Every time you see one, you see another one. Next thing you know, start painting their fingernails.
According to him, the moment an artist starts painting their nails and
They said they start painting their fingernail. Snoop be painting his fingernail. Crazy as
rocking more feminine fashion, that's the industry's way of letting everyone know they've been claimed by this so-called secret society. And of course, Suge had receipts.
It makes sense. Game bought fucking Lamborghini. My puppy got more money than the game. Why you buying his man a Lamborghini?
I feel like I always did something, so I bought a Ferrari, man.
That's what's up, man.
It was just a Tuesday.
I'm
This is two big deals.
Your homies got a Lamborghini. They probably never rolled with a Lamborghini. But once again, that's just society. When this thing will work and fix it, They got it started all the way over.
He even brought up an old ASCAP Awards moment where Andre Harrell presented Diddy with a lavish watch in front of everyone, calling it a confession of love.
Once they start painting their fingernails and wearing women's clothes, they got you. I remember when they were giving Puffy Award, the ASCAP Awards. Andre went up there and got him a special watch and gave it to me.